Today's art project? Snowbots.
It's cold out and robots are awesome.
Today you're going to learn how to draw your own robot, add some realistic looking shading, and deck them out in winter gear. Here are some famous robots to get us in the mood. How many of these robots do you know? From WALL-E, the Iron Giant, and Star Wars to Baymax and the Transformers, artists and engineers have been imagining robots for years. Our guest artist today is someone named Eric Joyner. I have one of his books. It's called Robots and Donuts. He likes to draw his favorite things. He's painted Voltron and other kind of newer robots to classic, very square-looking robots. He likes to draw winter scenes too. Here are some of the winter paintings that he's made. So today, we're going to be drawing our own robots in winter. We're going to call them Snowbots, and it's going to be awesome. On your Schoology page, there's a paper with robot ideas. You can also search the web for one of your favorite robots and try to copy it, then deck it out in winter clothes. But in this video, I'll show you how to make up your own robot step by step. All you need to start are paper and a pencil. I'm going to make 2 examples at the same time. Start with a basic shape for the head. Any geometric shape looks great, like a square, rectangle, trapezoid, or a dome. Step 2 is to add some extra shapes to the head. My robots are going to be symmetrical, or the same on both sides. Step 3, add some shapes to the face to create a personality. You can use these faces as a menu. I liked the big eyes on one of the examples and these little rectangular eyes on another one. Maybe a nose. And since the eyes are little, I'm going to make a big smiling mouth, and I'm going to make a wiggly line like it's got energy going through it. All the little zigzag lines on the examples are supposed to look like electricity. Now I'll divide this face into parts and give it a little cartoony mouth like another example, and you are ready for part 3, or maybe part 4, the body. Now when you get to this step, think about, what do you want your robot to do? Is it a cleaning robot? Does it need a vacuum for a hand? Is it a fighting robot or a robot that delivers packages? Do you want a robot to do all your homework or bake you cookies? Think about what parts it might need. After drawing 2 little lines for necks, I'm going to give this robot kind of a dome-shaped body. And my other robot is going to have a big rectangle. I'm thinking of it as like this big, strong, kind of classic robot. As for arms and legs, you can just draw some lines or a bunch of shapes and have them connect. My robot over here on the right has got some robo underwear, some curvy lines for the tops of his legs, and I think it looks fun when you've got shapes that get bigger and bigger as you go down. So he's got skinny legs and like giant feet. His arms are going to be kind of skinny too to match his legs, and we'll give him little claws for hands. After the arms, put something on their bellies. It could be dials or gears. It could be an oven that bakes cookies for you. And then on this guy, I kind of changed my mind. I saw this awesome sci-fi robot while I was doing research, and I want to give my dude these round, blobby arms. That's why we sketch nice and light, so that we can change our mind if we get a great idea. When you're done with your sketch, deck your robot out in winter gear. You can give it a hat, scarf, mittens, fluffy boots, give it a snowman or a pet, whatever you think would be fun. And as you can see, I'm tracing over my lines more darkly. Now, are you ready to talk shading? Shading! All right, we're gonna split this leg into little bits, like it's made of tiny metal parts, and I'm gonna color the edges of it really darkly with my pencil. So one side and the other side. Now I'm gonna shade another line, but it's gonna be much lighter, and the middle will stay white. I'll smudge it with my finger, and if it got too gray, you can use your eraser to erase a highlight back into it. See how that looks like a glowing piece of metal? I also think it looks great to add little dots, like bolts or screws, to make it feel like real metal. Let's do this shading trick again. I'll make some lines across and curve them to make it look like the leg is curved. I'm going to make a dark line on one side, a dark line on the other, a lighter strip, leave the middle white, blend it, and erase back in if it feels like it got too dark. You can do the rest of the body in the same way. Dark on the edges, let it stay lighter in the middle, smudge it with your finger, and you can also use your eraser to erase out little highlights and then circle them with your pencil so they look super shiny. Finish shading your robot, and then you can add bits of color for the scarf, buttons, whatever you think would look nice. I gave this robot a little robo puppy, some delightful plaid accessories, and put him in a simple winter landscape. I cannot wait to see your Snowbots.